Hello Cadet, and welcome to your first instructional video on the Alaska State Troopers basic training. We'll be going out of the outer portion for today, and we'll be using Google Slides to be showing you that. So I'd like to first welcome you to the Alaska State Troopers basic training program. Let's go ahead and let's begin. So we're going to go over the table of contents for the out of game training. We're going to be going to interaction with MACOM, some 10 codes, the RTO/patrol procedures, in-game controls, drive sheet, and important documents, and then use of force. First off, material communications. Basically, this will be linked in the description, and MACOM is Alaska's dispatchers, and always utilize MACOM if they're in the channel, or we have a reserve MACOM too, and always use your 10 codes. Besides that, the 10 codes in the phonetic alphabet, always use 10 codes in our phonetic alphabet when communicating with MACOM and other troopers. So here's our phonetic alphabet. You can go ahead, pause the video here, and just study them. But we go Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-Ray, and Yankee. So go ahead, study these, and for some of our 10 codes, we'll be going over some of the basic ones. So these include code 0 for game crash, signal engine 9 for someone needed a kick/ban from the server, 10-4, 10-7, 10-8, 10-9, 10-6, 10-10, 10-13s, 10-16 Victor and Foxtrot, which is our pursuit. Main code 1020, what's your location? 1027 through 1029, basically getting if they're wanted. Then their name, of course. 36, which will be going over how to pull over someone in the actual in-game portion, and also the 1016 Victory went over in part 2. And like I said, 1036 routine traffic stop. We don't really use a lot besides the 1068. 1024, sorry that I'm jumping around. 1024 assignment complete. So you'll hear that after we do a 1036, it'll be 1024. You can show us back 108. And other codes you'll be hearing us use in the in-game portion that you should use. Besides that, let's go on and move to our next slide. So this is the RTO and patrol procedures. Anytime you are in a patrol or in a patrol room, RTO/radio traffic only, which stands for RTO stands for radio traffic only, sorry, is in effect. This means that the only time you should be speaking is when you are calling into MACOM, speaking to other officers on a call, and on-scene communication, and more. And then number 1 of our patrol procedures or pursuit procedures is the regular distance to be following the suspect is 1 car length away. If shots fired, 5 car lengths away. Number 2, the speed of a pursuit is not to exceed 100 miles an hour, or else you must call it off. You are to never ram a vehicle in a pursuit unless you have gotten a pick cleared through MACOM or supervisor. Never follow the vehicle off-road or into dangerous areas unless you are the primary vehicle and it's necessary, and you are not just in a CVPI. If it's off-road onto the dirt like you're in Sandy Shores, make sure that the person that has to go off-road is most likely an SUV or something, so because your CVPI won't be able to handle the dirt in real life. Never pass another trooper unless the primary unit wrecks out of the pursuit, and highway patrol units should always be called and responded first to pursuit. So you can be there, you don't have to be a highway, and they have to get into like first position. They have to be the primary unit, and they're going to be hitting the pits and all that, and so you have to allow them to get to primary, but you could be primary, and then once they arrive on scene, you got to let them go in front of you. In-game custom controls, so there's going to be a lot, and at this time ELS is not in our server, but give me 1 second here. I gotta open up my calendar app. I don't know the dates that well. Let me do this real quick. I'll cut when I get it. Okay guys, if you are watching this video from anywhere from March 19th plus, you will have to use this command. If you are not March 19th, 2017, if you are past that, yes, you have to learn this. If you are not, you don't have to learn this at this time. But this video should be posted when this is in game ELS, and you'll be receiving everything about that. So Control P activates ELS panel. U, I, and O changes light patterns. J, X stage 1, 1 light. X stage 2, 2 lights. X full light stage. Left alt activates siren. E is air horn. Mouse scroll down rotates siren patterns. R temp activates siren. And also, if you don't want to use the mouse scroll wheel down, you can always just hit the period key, and the comma does the exact same thing that alt and mouse wheel does. Point your weapons and press X to handcuff a suspect or deletes the vehicle. So if you're aiming it at a vehicle and press X, you can also uncuff by doing the same exact thing. F5 is your speed limiter while deactivated when lights are activated. So when you click E or when you click J, I don't know if that's going to work, but when you turn on your lights, your speed limiter should go off. If not, because we don't know how ELS is going to be, because this is recorded before ELS, you're going to have to disable it by clicking F5 to get to max speed. And to actually activate it, you got to be under 30 miles an hour. Shift Y in RP situations, so you're going to get like Andrew Todd and then search his vehicle. And then any other RP commands should be made through local chat. Let's go to our next slide here. Drive sheet and important documents. All important documents are listed in the AST notice board, the TS3 channel. That is, everything is listed in the AST notice board, and everything that you need is at the top of our TeamSpeak, including our GEC rules and our 10 codes and all the other links. And always follow the AST drive sheet, which will be listed in the description below. Always check the notice board for new updates. That will also be posted in the description below. And continue to read the 2017 AS guidelines, also going to be in the links below, and we're going to have the full AST Google Drive in the description below. Besides that, let's go over use of force. So I'll be reading this to you. You can also pause the screen if you want to really see this in detail after. The Alaska State Troopers is the main backbone of Alaska's law enforcement. We are held to the highest standards, and we are the ones looked up to keep everyone safe. We must help preserve and value the lives of Alaskan citizens. When dealing with suspects, these are the 3 outlines or codes you need to use as to decide the appropriate amount of force to use on a suspect. So you have code green, code orange, and code red. So code green, the suspect, while breaking the law, does not pose an immediate threat to the civilians or officers and should be non-lethally or by brute force detained if necessary. After 5 minutes of dealing with a non-compliant or the suspect becomes more aggressive, they can be declared code orange. Sorry, my mouth was messing up there. Code orange. The suspect has shown signs of hostile behavior and possibly poses a threat to civilians or officers. Officers are authorized to take more aggressive action to protect the people and property of Alaska. Although danger exists, lethal action is not authorized. A blunt force or non-lethal weapon may be used to neutralize or detain a suspect. After 5 minutes of dealing with a combative and non-compliant suspect, after non-lethal force like taser has been used, a suspect may be declared code red. Anyone passing through a roadblock, crime scene, or fleeing is automatically code orange. And code red, the suspect is extremely violent and seems they will harm themselves, others, or officers. Although non-lethal action is always preferred, lethal force is authorized to neutralize the threat. And I would just like to thank you for your participation. You can now continue on to part 2, which will be in our end credits whenever this video ends. Go ahead, click on part 2, the end thing, and then once you get to a part 2, we might have a part 3, I don't know at this time, but that's it. If you ever want to come back to this video, like I said, go back to the intro video, which will also be linked right here, and have a nice day, guys, and I hope you have a nice time in GEC or AST. Alright, peace out.